to the 128 KB podcast. We are back once again due to the Switch 2's lack of popular demand. And Andy,
just ignore me.
It's been
today.
a week. You need to finally put it down.
No!
We need to talk.
No!
This is an intervention.
The battery life died 3 days ago, but I'm still playing on it.
This is an intervention, Andy.
Yes.
You need to put the Switch 2
I don't
down.
want to do it.
Finally.
Yes.
So we're back. It's been a week since we've spoke to you in this format.
It's just 2 weeks, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, we missed last week because of the Switch, so we were just pumping out like individual videos.
That's kind of what I meant. We missed a week. Yes.
Oh, we missed a week. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been 2 weeks, I guess, then technically.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we're back. Switch 2 Madness is in full flow and we couldn't be more hyped. I guess you probably have guessed by watching the sheer amount of videos we've been making.
Yes. What I did like is I saw one comment that said, "When's the podcast?"
Aww.
And I'd say next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So today. Obviously.
Today? Yeah, well, and it's not Tuesday today.
No, but it will be.
But
for
I
these
like
people.
ruining the magic for everyone. Wow. Yeah.
What a week.
I feel like I haven't slept.
I don't think I have. I don't think I actually have.
Yeah, it's been a wild one.
It's been a mad one.
Exceeded expectations.
Yes.
I think that's going to be my kind of underwriting feeling of the whole thing.
Absolutely. I mean, we were really lucky and got hands-on before the fact. You know, we went to the London event, for those of you that don't know or didn't see our videos. So we did get hands-on, but obviously getting it yourself is totally different. Because in the event, you're so rushed and there's so much hype and you want to try everything.
And it's overload as well, isn't it?
So you can't really take on like nuances of stuff. And you just see all the like cherry. It's like watching a trailer. Like everything's amazing, you know. And then you get it in hand, and you can take a bit more time with it. You can really feel things out, and like just get to know the device. Yeah. And yeah, that's been really nice.
So that's kind of what I wanted to pin this podcast on. You guessed because you actually saw the title and thumbnail, I guess already. But you know, I haven't. So
No.
But it's a week since the Switch has come out, thereabouts, just a little bit longer. So we wanted to kind of just reflect on what this first week or so has been like with the Switch 2.
Yeah.
And the good, the bad.
And the ugly.
Yeah, the ugly as well. There are some ugly bits. Nothing is perfect.
Nothing's perfect, no.
But yeah, what's your underwriting emotion from it?
I'm really happy, and I'm happy about the one reason that most people are unhappy. Because most people have been like, there's no innovation. Do you know what I mean? Like there's nothing different.
I want to celebrate you for this.
Yeah.
And I almost wish I could have like an archival memory, remember exactly when you said it. But I reckon it was about 2 years ago.
Longer than that.
Probably in this, when we started this podcast again.
Yeah.
That you were saying, I just want Nintendo to do an iPhone.
Yeah.
And just, I just want to iterate on this thing forever now because it's perfect.
Yes.
Just keep improving the hardware.
Yep. And everyone hated me for saying that.
Oh, yeah.
They really hated me for saying that. It was longer than 2 years ago. It was a long time ago now. Yeah, it was right at the start.
It might have been OLED time maybe, or pre-OLED.
It was pre-OLED, I swear. Yeah. So that was, wow. When was OLED? 2021? 2022? Something like that?
21.
Yeah, okay. So it must have been around that time then, actually, maybe.
Now you've questioned my memory.
I don't remember, but it was a long time ago, but I said those exact things.
Yeah.
And I've said it on the podcast, but I made a video about it, like what we want from the next Switch, whatever. And that was all I wanted. I just wanted them to keep what they'd done and finally make a sensible decision as Nintendo, because we know they're not sensible. They make really random like changes. But I just want the original one, but better.
Yeah.
And that's why I sometimes refer to it now as the Switch Pro, and people still get on my back for that. It's definitely a successor. It's like, come on, it is just the Pro version of the Switch, isn't it?
I think it's just a Pro version of the Switch.
Yeah.
Totally. Yes, it's a successor, but the fact that almost all games are backwardsly compatible, that a lot of the hardware is compliant in one way or another, not fully, but pretty much, that gives a total feeling of it being an iteration rather than a revolution.
Yeah. But that's good. It's not like, I'm not saying it in a bad way. Like that's exactly what I wanted. Take what was already great and make it better. And they've done that in the hardware. They're like, even the feel of the device, all of it. You know, like everything has just been. There's nothing that I can see if I made like a little hypothetical like list in my mind of like, here's Switch 1, here's Switch 2, like yes, no kind of like thing. everything's better. I can't think of a single thing. The only thing that people complain about is the fact that it's not an OLED screen, but we can talk about that later. But I don't see that as a negative myself, personally.
Oh, I've got so many strong opinions about it.
Yes, yeah. And we will also be doing a separate video, which was out yesterday, actually. We just haven't filmed it yet.
We will be. We have done.
Yeah. About the
screen.
OLED. Yeah.
But to reflect upon what we're going to have said in that video. The sheer volume of comments about OLED pre-launch, when we were doing the preview from the preview event, and post-launch, it's all from people that don't own the Switch 2, first of all.
Yeah, it must be, yeah.
Because they're saying, I'm not going to buy it, it's not worth it because... Like, well, that's a shitty opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest, it's a shitty opinion because you've not actually seen it.
Yeah.
So you're just going off what it says on the box. Well, if we go off what it says on the box, the PS5 is an 8K monster.
It is. It says on the box.
So let's all just get PS5s and be happy because it's an 8K monster.
Yeah.
What something says and what something does is totally different. I saw one comment and it irked me so much. Mm-hmm. It was along the lines of, nobody cares about VRR, just get rid of it.
I saw that and I had to bite my tongue. Yeah. Like, I just had to ignore it. I was like, I'm not replying to that because I'm going to get the pitchfork out in a minute.
Yeah, nobody cares about VRR. They just want an OLED.
That's not true at all.
Like, okay, if your device didn't have VRR, I guarantee you would care about it.
You'd be complaining. And the reason why no one cares, because they don't realize that it's happening. 90% of people don't even know what VRR is.
And don't need to, shouldn't
need to. And they
don't
need to. Yeah. They just know that their game runs really well. And if it wasn't running really well, because VRR wasn't there, they would know about it. And then they would be complaining, why is my game choppy?
Oh, why is screen tearing? What's going on?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it irked me. I'm glad it got you. I'm glad you noticed it.
I saw the same one. Yeah,
I couldn't tell if I was just in a really bad mood.
No. It really annoyed me.
What's he on about?
I started building up like a case to defend, and I was like, I'm not even going there. Like, I'm not doing it.
Essay time.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just not replying because it is frustrating. And just off the back of that as well, I know this is slightly different, but even Asus with the new Xbox handheld, they literally did a whole thing about why they are not using an OLED.
Absolutely.
Because of the VRR problem that we've been harking on about for like a year.
and it's not to do with cost, it's not to do with profits.
No.
Asus is a great example. The new Xbox handheld, as you say, that could well be $1,000 device, the top spec
Fully
version.
Expect it.
Could well be. When we look at the Ally X, it's close to that already. So let's say it's an $800 device. We'll give them some credit. So cost of components really isn't a concern to them at that point.
Yeah.
And they're not putting an OLED in. And like you say, the Asus team have specifically said publicly, it's because of VRR. And VRR is way more important to us and to the gamers than OLED.
Yes.
In an ideal world, it would be both.
Yes.
That's the ideal, but it can't happen. So till then,
the technology's not there yet.
And they were also talking about the inefficiency problems they get with small OLED panels and mobile devices. Heat and battery drain.
Yeah.
So they were the other reasons why they didn't. Anyway, so Nintendo obviously aren't going to. Nintendo want, and it's their North Star is consistent gameplay experience.
Yes, quality, isn't it?
Yeah, the
absolute quality.
So it doesn't have to be the bleeding edge. It just has to be consistent quality all the time.
Yes, yeah.
VRR provides that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the only. This is the only real downside for me. It's the fact that it's not there in the docked mode. Like that upsets me. That's the only issue I have with it.
I think there's a couple of negatives.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yes. And the thing is, we could still see it roll out.
Yeah.
You know, it could be done in an update. I've not seen anyone do like a tear down and whatever to find out what the HDMI spec is or whatever.
True.
But you look at the PS5, for example, that didn't get VRR for like 2-3 years. Yeah. So it took ages before it rolled out. So maybe it's that sort of same thing.
I guess I want to address the negatives first.
Yeah.
Because it's good because we've had some time with it. Things that aren't perfect that could be reiterated on still.
Hang on, I thought you were paid Nintendo shill.
I am, yeah.
So you can't have any negatives.
No, I'm doing this for fake balance.
Oh, okay, fine.
So then we can shill
later on. Are you getting paid to make it look like you're not paid?
Yeah.
They're like, just say something bad, quick.
Storage, I said it before.
Yeah.
I think hardware-wise, it's the biggest disappointment in the Switch 2.
Okay.
It's the smaller storage.
Yeah.
And the fact, mainly, that expansion for it is so expensive right now.
Yeah.
That's not a permanent problem.
No.
Expansion's going to get cheaper.
Yes.
And the other thing is, was it 256 is standard? I've not got anywhere near it yet.
No.
And I'm downloading a lot of digital games.
Yes.
So is it a problem, or is it a bit like EVs and you're just constantly worried about the state of charge?
Yes.
Is it like anxiety of storage rather than actual
I was going to
storage?
say, I think it's absolutely that. No one was like, we dealt with the Switch with 32 gigabytes.
Exactly, agree. Yeah,
for 10 years nearly. And okay, the Switch OLED had 64.
Yeah.
But seriously, like most people here, like 90% of Switch players are going to be people playing a game, maybe 5 maximum. They're all going to fit.
It's a really interesting tip for Switch 2. You can put normal micro SD cards in, and you can use it for screenshots and videos.
Yeah.
Now, there was a train of thought that some people had that they'd be able to play Switch 1 games off of it. You cannot.
No.
It just won't work. Your Switch just won't have it. It's like, nope, not happening. So if you thought that might be a way to get your old catalogue, it doesn't work. Anyway, that was an aside. Yeah, so it's an anxiety problem. I don't think it's going to be a real issue. And by the time it becomes an issue, if I'm going to keep my entire library on the Switch, which is unlikely, I've been quite good at unloading the virtual cards.
I just kept my Switch OLED.
Yeah, well, that's fine too.
Just keeping all those there. And I'm only putting the upgraded ones over.
But by the time it becomes an issue, storage, the micro SD express cards will have come down in price and increased in capacity as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
It won't be long till we get 1 terabyte ones at the same price as 256 now.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for that for sure, because the 1 terabyte ones now are insane. And you can't get them. They're impossible to find. But yeah, there's a couple of issues I've got with it. There's actually quite a few, and I've kind of hinted on these in certain videos. The first one is the transfer process. Now,
yes,
I don't think I managed to articulate and communicate properly.
It's a Nintendo problem, isn't it?
How this works, because loads of people are like, I had no problem, and it's like, yeah, for most people, they're not going to have a problem. You follow the tips, do a system transfer if that's what you want to do.
Wicked,
that's fine. But there's other ways. People want different alternative methods. So, someone like me that wants to keep my Switch OLED because I've got an extortionate amount of games on there that I don't want on my Switch 2. Right, there was no option when you start the Switch 2 of do a system transfer, or are you keeping your Switch 1 too?
Yeah.
Maybe click this button instead. That's not there. You have to watch our guide,
of course,
to be able to know how to do this correctly. But Nintendo don't hold your hand.
No,
I know this from doing Nintendo videos for so long, and also knowing where their support pages are and reading it to death first.
And also, and I know this from first-hand experience, as I shared with you all live,
yes,
if you experience a transfer issue of some kind, there is zero.
Doesn't help.
There's no way of going, oh, it could be this, or that. Is this the problem?
Yeah.
Nothing.
It doesn't have top 3 fixes or something.
Most common things.
Yeah, no, just nothing. It's just have fun.
Even to the point of, I'm used to having multiple devices from a brand in an account. We all are by now.
Yeah.
And you have a primary device. That's quite a normal thing.
Yeah.
Nintendo don't have a primary device system.
Yeah, not now. They did with the Switch 1, and that was the issue.
Right, so you can't set the Switch 2 as a primary device. No. God, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that transfer process for me was painful.
It was, yeah.
It was painful for everyone to watch as well. I lost my sense of humour quite quickly.
Yeah, I know. And I was racking my brains on the other end.
What could it be?
I was just watching your live, and I was like, what's going on? And after however long it was, it dawned on me, hang on, you've got loads of Switches. the Switch 1 that you've got next to you is not your primary.
Yeah.
And then you were like, that's it, know, and then you unlinked your other ones on your account. But there's no help from Nintendo. It didn't say oh, by the way, this is not the right Switch.
It wasn't even in the help pages.
No, but it didn't even say oh, this isn't your primary,
exactly.
Go find it.
Yeah.
It was just I don't know.
Do you know what actually twigged it in the end?
Yeah.
It's really special. It was the colour of the Joy-Cons in the image it was showing you.
Ah.
Because The one I've got here is the grey Joy-Cons.
Yes.
And it was showing me the red and blue ones.
There we go.
But I just thought, well, that's the Switch colour.
Yes.
That's going to be default,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And so it was only when I was like, well, I'm going to have a look on my account on my phone.
Yeah.
And I had a look, and it was like, I could see the grey one, and I could see one with red and blue. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, I've got that. It's trying to look for that Switch.
Yes.
Unpair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it worked instantly. But as you said, when you got the two together, it should have gone, this is the wrong Switch.
Yeah, this is not right. Yeah.
Because it can detect when the Switch is next to it.
Yeah.
So it can detect when the wrong one is next to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It should just tell you.
So that was a bit of a frustration of mine. I don't think people quite understood, because in their situation it worked because they were doing something different, you know.
Yes,
but I just feel like Nintendo could offer up different buttons for different configurations.
Yeah.
Now the other issue I have is with the normal system transfer, which you do, you know. So I did it on my wife's Switch Lite to her Switch, where you do the standard, yes, I want a system transfer, cool. In the old days, that used to wipe the primary, like the host, like the first Switch, you know. Now it doesn't, unless you do the cloud backup, that does wipe it. Yep. So a bit of confusion there. They don't tell you this. The other thing is when you transfer, it automatically downloads all your game library.
All of the game library.
Now, I saw people commenting going, I got around this by unloading all my virtual game carts before doing the transfer.
That's sensible.
And I thought that's a really good thing. So I made a video guide. I did a whole thing of how to unload the game carts first. Yeah. Because obviously I'm doing this like live, like on the camera, and then I just edit it, right? So I do a whole thing like, I've got the fix. You know, because multiple people said this worked. Yeah, right. Like, what are you smoking? It did not work.
It didn't work.
Didn't work at all. Oh. So I like did this whole section in the video that I had to cut out, like, and make the video work still, right? So I did it, unloaded all the carts and stuff. It's like wicked, you know, did the system transfer. Oh, look, all of our games are now downloaded again. And I'm like, so now I've got to fix this video live, knowing that I'm going to have to chop all this out and then show them how to manually, one by one, delete.
Uninstall as it's downloading.
And they say delete. And this is a pet hate of mine from PlayStation.
Delete.
That sounds definite.
Uninstall.
Yes. Uninstall data. You're not deleting it. It's not going in the bin. Like, you know, so it frustrates me. So, yeah, that was an annoyance.
I 100% agree with you. I think all of the games companies have this problem of delete for the uninitiated. And even now, I still have this little bit of fear.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're deleting my and I won't be able to get that game back.
Yeah. It sounds like you're unloading it from your account.
Yeah. Is this it? Is it gone now forever? Is this like throwing my disc in the bin?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And so for that, I want to tip my hat to Nintendo for the virtual cart system.
I love that. Yeah.
It works really well.
Yeah.
It's very intuitive.
Yes.
And it gets over that problem of like, it makes it seem physical, even if it's a digital game. I'm just unloading that game from the system.
It works great after you've done the transfer.
The
transfer is like, so I think we should just stop on the transfer bit now. But that was a frustration of mine.
And me.
For any way that you want to do it, like that is annoying, you know, especially if you're trying to keep your Switch. Like, again, in the guide I show you all the extra stuff that you have to do that they don't hold your hand through, but I do it for you. You know? But you know, it's that was annoying. Once you're over that, like, then it's great. You know, one thing I really liked is the first time you dock it, the HDR monitor thing. Now, we were just talking about this off camera. That, it shows you like the peak brightness as the first thing. So you dock it and it says, oh, look, HDR compatible monitor. Would you want to set up HDR? Yes. Then it just makes it so easy. It's not like on PC where you're there for like 20 menus and then it still comes out janky. Like, this is just peak brightness. You make the little image disappear. And for me, on my 3 displays that I tried it on, it worked perfect. That was it, you know.
For me, I did the peak brightness. And then I could see you had the screenshot option.
Yeah,
I show him. Yeah, it was just a little thing at the bottom, show image. So I pressed that, and it was blown out.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lot of people complain that even in our members' Discord, I saw people complaining that their HDR wasn't looking right.
Yeah.
And there was one of the other members jumped in and said, have a look at this, and you get the screenshots and stuff. So I was going through screenshots anyway, and I could see that it was blown out, and so I could knock it back. And then you can press change image and you get like an infinite scroll of screenshots that you can go through, and you could really tweak it. And to be fair, I just had to knock it back a little bit and then it was fine.
Yeah.
that I think is probably the best HDR setup I've seen.
Yeah.
Because it's just about brightness.
Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? I had no issue with my 3 monitors. I got 2 OLEDs and a QLED. And what I really liked is it remembers the settings for each screen.
That's so cool.
So when I'd moved it from the first screen, I was like, I know I'm going to have to go back and redo this now. And after I'd done 3 screens, I put it back to the first one. I went to redo it, and it was on the same setting for that screen previously.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is brilliant. Like, that makes it so much easier rather than like docking it on another screen and be like, why's it all blown up? Do you know what I mean? It was great. So that was really, really nice.
My third negative.
Oh, yeah.
Asymmetrical sticks.
Yeah.
I forgot about asymmetrical sticks.
It's a negative, but also not.
It's only a problem in twin sticks.
Exactly, yes.
So if you're playing a shooter,
yeah,
Cyberpunk, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Handheld.
Yeah.
Your right thumb's in a horrible position, basically.
Yes.
With asymmetrical.
Yes.
So you start then questioning the long-term ergonomics of it, and it depends on how you're sat and stuff. And there will be Joy-Con alternatives. I've spoken to Mobipad for the millions of comments that we get in about Mobipad and when they're going to do it. I've spoken to them. It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
So hold on to your hats. It may even be as long as next year.
Yeah.
So it might be the start of next year, end of this year before we hear anything from there. There'll be other people that'll bring grips out and stuff, but I mean, limited mileage may apply to these grips.
Yeah.
There's good and bad about them.
Yeah, I've got loads of them already.
Yeah.
Like loads of them. And I've been slowly like going through one by one just to see what I like.
They inherently have their own problems.
They all have individual flaws. And the fact that the Joy-Cons come off so easily, you know, and that you want to be able to access that.
So you need a 3-part grip.
You need a 3-part grip, and most of them are 1.
Yep.
And equally, now we've got 2 USB chargers. Most of them are like, well, you don't need access to the bottom one, so we'll just leave the top one open.
Oof.
And it's like, no, because if I've got my camera in the top, I want to charge through the bottom, even with a grip on, but there's no hole on the bottom. You know, it's like,
I think a lot of people would be happy with just Joy-Con grips.
Yeah.
Which kind of gets around a little bit of the problems that we're seeing.
You can get those, you know.
But this is going to be exactly the same as when the Switch 1 launched. We're going to see there's going to be some really good things.
Yeah.
And we'll try and cover as much of that as we can. There's going to be a lot of jank as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that's just going to get improved upon.
Yes.
By the end of the Switch, we were seeing like proper premium grade, epic accessories.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, that had taken them 7 years to engineer to get to that point.
And that's why Mobipad's going to take a while, because they're not just going to rush something out and be rubbish. They got to make sure that it actually works, and they're probably going to try and get it to like wake up the Switch and
That's
stuff.
That's going to be a huge one, because no one's figured that out yet.
No. So, you know, it is going to be different for sure on that front. But I get your issue with the asymmetrical stick thing. My tip straight off the bat is just get some stick toppers. Yeah. You know, so some thumb grip tips like these ones, which are the Savage Raven ones. I really like these because they do raise it up and they're convex, so they're really easy to hold. I find that immediately helps.
Yeah.
Some people was doing the kickstand trick that I'm saying now. So you can rest your fingers
That's interesting.
Under the kickstand so that it sits your hand a bit lower. So
you're not carrying the weight
so you can get down to the right stick. Yeah. So this helps without the need of a grip at all. So you could do that. But most games, you're going to be wanting access to the face buttons and the left stick. So that's, you know, for most games, it's fine. It is literally only shooters.
I mean, I was playing, I restarted Metroid Dread last night.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, it's wicked. And I was playing it handheld. 2 hours, I must have been sat there playing that game. And yeah, it's because it's all face buttons. You don't use the right stick.
Yeah.
For anything?
No.
Moving around the map?
Yeah, maybe.
But then that's not important.
No.
Yeah, I can't even think what you would use the right stick for in that game, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, playing a couple of hours on that and yeah, having the best time. Ergonomics didn't even come into my head at all.
No.
Yeah. So I guess that's my main negatives. I have played a little bit of mouse mode and I've got some thoughts on that.
Yeah. So I want to hear your thoughts as a non-PC gamer.
So I bought Civ 7.
Yes.
Because I do like a bit of strategy games now and then.
Yeah.
Civ 7 on Switch 2, is epic handheld.
Yeah, really.
Weirdly.
Yeah.
You would think not.
Does it have touchscreen?
It does have touchscreen.
Did you use it?
No.
Oh.
touching the screen.
No, I know that, but equally, it'd probably be quite good, like as a pointer device.
Could, yeah,
I mean?
absolutely, yeah, it would make more sense. It's really good handheld. It's very addictive handheld. Controller is not as good, but it's always like that with those games.
It's basically a PC game that kind of needs a mouse pointer.
Mouse mode doesn't work that well in it. The pointer support's not that great for it.
Is it that, or is it that you're just not used to it?
User error.
Like,
look, a lot of these things in everything we talk about, skill issue is number one. Okay? You talk about little Timmy. Little Timmy, Jimmy.
Little Billy.
Little Billy.
Little Jimmy, little Timmy. Are those his cousins?
Brothers.
His brothers. Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy, Timmy, and Billy.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's little Billy, yeah. He's the main one.
Yeah. So little Billy is based off me.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm little Billy.
Okay, that's cool.
It's all skill issue. I didn't enjoy it, basically. I was like, do you know what?
Shame.
First time I'm going to play this, I'm going to try mouse mode. So I even got the little mouse grips out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play it desktop.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played like that yet.
Yeah.
And I've got like desk mats,
Yes,
like desk mouse mats on my desk. I was like, I've got that perfect setup here. Sat under the desk. This is going to be cool. I was like, it's actually the ergonomics of the mouse mode aren't nice.
Yeah. Okay,
just because it doesn't take up enough space. So I'm feeling like I'm not using this right. I think for like, I don't want to be too throwaway about this. I think the Joy-Cons in mouse mode will be fine in like some of the party games and the more novel things.
Yeah.
I think if you're playing a game like, say, like Civ, where you're going to be sat there for hours, you need better ergonomics for that.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, because the Joy-Cons, they've gone for style rather than like pure.
Especially when you turn it right angle. It's like,
but for me, because of that nice curve on the back there, that sits in the palm of your hand, and then you're completely resting over there. That's the only point of contact. Now, mice users, there's totally different grips.
Yes.
So you've got claw grip, palm grip,
now,
and all that kind of stuff.
My limited keyboard and mouse experience, my head goes, left is most important, right is second.
Yes.
Triggers.
Yes, yeah.
Now think about your positioning on like left and right. It's almost like the way the Joy-Cons ergonomics are designed, it feels like they've made the right trigger the most dominant.
Oh, really? Because my brain is so used to left click is first.
Yes, yeah.
It makes no odds to me.
But it's just the way that the right is a trigger.
And scoops out. Yeah, no,
They've made it feel dominant.
I get what you're saying, but for me, that's not the case.
Yeah.
But so, I don't know.
It's because it's so ingrained.
I think that's it, yeah. And it's raised up for me, the left one. So to me, it makes it feel
more like a hair trigger, isn't it?
Yeah. So for me, it feels more prominent. But I was playing Cyberpunk with mouse mode, and it was my preferred way to play.
Really?
By a long shot.
I've not tried
because
Cyberpunk yet.
Cyberpunk sucks on the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
In handheld mode.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing the kickstand grip, like I was saying.
I've only played it controller on TV.
Yeah. So I did the video about playing it handheld, and everyone was like, "Wow, you suck!" Like, and it was like, "Yeah, because the Joy-Cons suck."
Yeah.
Like for ergonomics, like you cannot like hold it correctly. If you take the Joy-Con off, immediately you're winning, because now you've got something to grip onto.
Yeah.
And now you can aim better. Like
that's so funny. You're so right.
Yeah. Disregard the fact that the joysticks are still too small, because that's another slight negative I have. But overall, it doesn't really matter. Like on handheld mode, it sucks for Cyberpunk. Remove one Joy-Con, play tabletop mode, fine. Like this is absolutely fine playable. Twist it over into mouse mode. Now is the absolute best way to play Cyberpunk.
That's so funny.
And I was playing that for a good while, testing it, and that was my preferred way to play. Even though there's motion controls, which is actually quite fun as well.
The motion controls are quite fun. I don't particularly like them, but they're fun.
No, yeah.
It's worth saying, like, we're kind of like really magnifying in on the negatives.
Yeah.
The ergonomics are massively better. Like we said from the preview video, hugely improved.
Yes.
Purely down to the mass size difference.
Yeah, that's where it comes down to, I think.
But also, it's just like they've kind of given a bit more care to how the trigger sits out and how the bumper kind of wraps around and stuff. Yeah. It does feel a huge amount better.
Yes.
Also, it is really premium. It is just plastic.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Because as soon as I unboxed it and I picked it up, I was like, I felt that same thing.
Finish.
It feels like rubber. Like it's weird, but it's not. It's just a matte plastic, and when you look at it, it's all like glittery. Yeah. So it's got like I had no idea what plastic it's made out of, what type of plastic, but that's the thing that it just feels so premium to me.
Yes.
Like it's like luxury.
Yeah.
Whereas the Switch 1 feels like a toy. Like not the OLED. The OLED's better. But
we've spoke about matte and gloss plastics before.
Yes.
Like we're getting really nerdy about stuff now.
Yeah, we have.
But I remember it's when the PS5 we were talking about the PS5 and the center panel is gloss.
Yeah, I hate gloss.
It just looks cheap.
Burn it. Yeah.
It just looks cheap.
Yes, it's disgusting. It scratches easily.
Yeah.
It looks disgusting. Dust accumulates, like gets attracted to it.
Yeah.
And, like everything about it, I hate.
And it just looks like plastic.
Yes, it looks cheap. Yeah.
Our reaction to the Switch 2's finishing, I remember it. It's like it feels almost like rubber, but it's not.
Yeah.
And it is. It's got a soft touch.
Yes.
Matte finish.
Yes.
And it's beautiful in hand.
It's lovely.
Can I also say the kickstand is definitely metal?
I was just going there, yeah. The amount of people that will comment and go, it's not metal.
The kickstand is metal.
What are you talking about?
It's cold to the touch.
Do you have hands? Like, what?
It feels strong and it's cold.
Yes. It is cold to the touch. It is absolutely metal.
There's a few things that I'm like, I don't know how they've done this.
Yeah.
They're like, or wonders.
Yeah.
About like the physical construction.
Yeah.
The kickstand hinge, I know that they've borrowed a lot of the mechanism from the OLED.
Yeah, it's the exact same one, yeah.
It is genuinely a wonder.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Because it stops in any position.
There's no flimsiness.
No.
It's even at the most pivotal point, like that is almost shut and that is still rigid.
I don't understand it.
It's perfect. I love it. However they've made these hinges, they need to like sell them off to like IKEA or something.
Doors. I want my doors with those drawers. I want everything made out of those hinges.
Even if it doesn't need a hinge, just put it on it.
Yeah. Shoes.
Hinged heel.
I want this chair with that hinge.
Yeah. It is a really, really nice bit of engineering.
It's incredible.
Like, the hardware itself just feels luxury now. Like even more so than the price dictates, I would say.
And do you know what really tells me? So I always think there's a few things that give you a sense of luxury. Feel is one of them. So the finishing on the feel.
Yeah.
And I always talk about machining, which is a very kind of like nerdy expression. And the best way to understand machining is how things feel and sound when you take them apart and put them together.
Yeah.
And those Joy-Cons, give everyone a ASMR of that snap. That's so well done.
Yeah.
And you can just feel the luxury. And
the magnets are so good.
We talked about this in a preview event. We kind of got all excited about how well like manufactured it is. Little things like the Joy-Con, the game cart holder it's now got a metal sleeve. You know, it's properly hinged.
Just put a pause there. You know what actually kind of annoys me? Is that.
Why?
Because they've swapped they've rotated it. So on the Switch 1...
Oh, is it back to front?
Yes, it's back to front. On the Switch 1, you lifted it up and backwards.
Yes, you did.
Whatever. On this one, you have to lift from behind.
From behind, yeah.
And then open it.
I hadn't considered that.
So I was like, when I first got it, I was like, how do I open it? I was like, what? Because I had the Switch OLED in my hands.
So long, yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's the other way round. I was like, oh, that's so annoying. Like, I'll get used to it, but it's backwards now, which makes sense.
It makes way more sense.
But it's just a little like weird get used to thing. But yeah. Continue.
Yeah. It's like it's proper premium, basically. Yeah, like every corner of it feels hugely improved, and it's only really noticeable now when I go back and I hold the old Switch 1 and the Switch 1 accessories and stuff.
Yeah,
and go,
they suck. I hate the rails on the Switch 1.
It's awful.
I hate
them.
I
always hated them.
Yeah, they sucked. But this is so much nicer and so much easier and so much faster. You don't have to like jank it and then slide it off. And it's just boom.
For those of you that don't have it yet, it's not flimsy. That was my concern as well, was that it's going to flex loads.
Yeah, there is a tiny bit of flex.
Yeah, but not.
But that's by design.
Yeah.
So people were like, oh no, like it's flexing a bit, and you can kind of see the like color.
You see the color through.
It's by design. Like Nintendo have meticulously made this so that it will snap on and off without damaging the thing.
Yes.
Like, you know, so don't worry about that. But yeah, the whole thing is so much nicer, more premium. Like, I really like this, but that screen like is beautiful. Like when you actually turn it on and start playing a game, my first, I was a bit overwhelmed because I got like a bunch of games, you know, and I had. So first thing I did was just put in all my games and update them. And then I got all my Switch 1 games that had either free or paid upgrades, put them in and made sure they're all like upgraded, right? Then I was like, what do I play first?
I know, I've been like that.
And I was like, I don't know what to play first. I was like, I'm going to play Fast Fusion because I was like, I can jump in and out, you know? So I loaded that up and I was like, oh, wow. Like, this is amazing. The 7.9-inch screen makes such a difference.
It's the perfect size for a handheld.
Makes such a difference. It really, really does. Like, it makes, it's just beautiful. I mean, I also have a matte screen protector on mine.
Does look nice.
Increases the premium level by like tenfold to me. And it's, the degradation in image quality is nigh on non-existent. And it just helps to stop your face reflecting in it and stuff. It's really, really, really good. But yeah, playing Fast Fusion, I was like, wow. Like, I just did one race, came first on my first game. You know? And I was like, this is incredible. And then I backed out, and I think you'd started Cyberpunk first, hadn't you? And you were like, have you tried Cyberpunk yet? And I went, no. But I was sat there with it on my lap. I was like, oh, okay, fine. And it was like late, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try and play it. Loaded it up, and oh my days.
No.
I was gobsmacked.
I
still am.
Yeah, totally.
Like, and I played the first like hour and a half or something, just sat there like, wow, like this is amazing. I still haven't sank enough time into it myself.
I've not either.
But
we can do a whole video on Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Switch. Like, I've got some deep thoughts about Cyberpunk. But just objectively, mind blown.
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing this on a Switch.
Yeah.
And here's the thing I love about it. Obviously, we all handheld gaming. So when you're like, oh, you're playing Cyberpunk handheld, you go, yeah, well, I can do it on my LAX.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can. And it's totally wicked. And yeah, it's probably better. But here's the thing. I'm playing it on a Nintendo device on my TV.
Yeah.
And now, without doing anything.
Yeah.
Now I'm playing it handheld.
Yes.
And then I put it back in, and now I'm playing it on my TV. Now I'm playing it on my 4K TV.
Yeah.
And now I'm playing it handheld.
Yes.
It just works.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always wanted.
Yes.
I loved the handhelds. I love the PC handhelds for what they offer.
Yeah.
But you've got to be willing to put your time in.
Yeah.
To get everything to just work.
Yeah. You've got to already be a PC gamer, really.
And really what I love is I love playing console games on my TV.
Yeah.
That's maybe it's because, you know, I grew up in the 90s.
Yeah,
I love sitting in front of
the
TV and playing my console.
Yes.
And I also love the ability to go, do you know what? I'm going to pick this up and I want to carry
on. Yeah.
I want it the same game, same time. And I don't want to have to do anything to do that.
Yes.
Because I'm stupid and lazy.
No, you just want the ease. You don't want another hurdle.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about enjoyment, isn't it? Like
100%.
It's a pastime, whatever you want to call it, escapism, whatever. Anything that can get in the way of that is going to interrupt your fun.
Yeah.
And that's what Nintendo have done extremely well here, you know, which is it works. And again, with the devs of, say, Cyberpunk, making sure there's implementation for every feature. There's touchscreen controls here. There's mouse mode.
Yeah.
There's gyro aiming. There's gyro like motion. Like, there's everything is supported off the bat, and it just works. And you get an increase in performance when you dock it, you know, like, you know, resolution increase or whatever. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
properly optimized
really
for the Switch 2. It's going to be super exciting to see more third parties.
That's the thing that excites me the most, is that. So Cyberpunk, made me really, really happy. And then, of course, had to play Mario Kart World. And again, we were going to do a video about this, but
it's the best Mario Kart game by about 10,000 times.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say this is my favorite Mario Kart game now.
It's insanely good.
It's so good. I just love the entire fun of it, but I think the thing that makes me excited the most is the 24-player online. So
good. Doing those streams have been hugely fun.
Yes.
Just grabbing people to play. We'll do a knockout.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really, really fucking blown my mind. Sorry, I swore. It's really blown my mind is the open world thing, right? I was a bit like, and I did a little bit on my own. I was a bit like, I don't really get the point. And then I was playing with you and your wife online, and suddenly it made sense.
Yes.
suddenly
Yeah.
the open world thing was really cool.
Yeah, I see it as a multiplayer thing.
It's an MMO.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Mario Kart MMO.
And we were going around hunting down all the which I thought were cheese. But apparently they're not cheese.
The food bags.
Yeah, it's a bag of food. But I swore it was a
but
slice of cheese.
Like find the challenges together, find the secrets together and stuff. Yeah. Or just hang out and race around and smash each other for no reason.
Yes.
It was weird, but it was perfectly social, and I felt like, oh, this just makes sense now.
Yeah. This
is like Nintendo life.
Yes. Yeah. It was so fun. Like all of that. The open world thing it's okay single player. Like
it's a bit lonely.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit like, it's all right. But
if you're a completionist, you'll love it.
Yeah. A lot of people will like it.
Yeah.
But it excels when you've got multiple players there, because then it becomes fun. But it's that 24-player online that gets me, because the previous was what, 8?
8. And
that's okay.
Yeah.
And even on one player, not even online, it's like I'd just be absolutely miles ahead.
Oh,
like miles ahead. Yeah. I don't want to say too much because we're going to do a whole episode about this. But basically, my overall thought is that Mario Kart World is my favorite Mario Kart now. It's by a long shot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You
could stick your neck out and say, is it the best Nintendo game yet?
Wow.
Is it though?
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll have to wait. If you want to find out whether it's worth $80, then stick around and subscribe, because we might have a video about that soon.
My overriding emotion is it's for me, it's finally the device I've been looking for.
Yes.
It's finally the device I've been looking for.
Yes.
I wanted the perfect combination of handheld and console gaming.
Yeah.
And I want a device that's not going to limit me in the games that I can play too much.
Yeah.
I want a device that I can pick up and play wherever I go, so I'm not limited to how and when I play.
Yes.
And I don't want something that's going to get in the way of that.
Yes. Yeah. And I found pretty much all of that was ticked off from the Switch One.
Yeah.
But the thing that did get in the way of my enjoyment, because I am ultimately a hardcore PC gamer at heart that just loves Nintendo, is I can't help but notice performance issues.
Yeah.
And I've overlooked them on the Switch One because that's what we had. And that was the first real AAA, if you want to call it that, handheld.
It was.
Right? Yeah. So I could overlook those issues, but after like 8 years, and when we had stuff like the Asus ROG Ally X, I couldn't overlook it anymore.
Well, the past 2 years, we just totally drifted away, haven't we?
Yeah. But now, this becomes the thing that's like, this works, and performance is no longer interrupting my sessions.
Yes.
And it's amazing. I literally just did a video, came up like 2 days ago, of Switch One free upgrade games.
Yeah.
From the Switch OLED to the Switch, the Switch One to the Switch 2. And seeing some of those games on the Switch One, man, like specifically, of course, I'm going to be talking about Pokemon Violet, Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. The resolution is like calculator mode, like Doom on calculator looks better. It is bad, man. And the performance, I purposefully restarted a save because I didn't want people getting spoilers or whatever for later in the game if they hadn't played it. Yeah. So I just did the intro bit, which generally on 99% of games, devs make the intro of their games perfect.
This is the optimized
because
moment.
It's the like everyone's going to play the first hour.
Yeah.
So that needs to be the best bit.
Totally.
Not on this. Like it chugs from the get-go. It is bad. And then I loaded it up on the Switch 2, and the first time I played it was on camera then, and it was a different game. It was like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 2. Like, it was a different game. Like, it still shocks me now, and I can't wait to play it, like, actively.
Is it the best first Pokemon for me to play?
I would say, yeah.
We were trying to have this debate on the live stream we did a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
Yes. I can't remember what the poll turned out to be. Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah. They stitched me up.
Yes. I'm going to lend you that. That's great.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, Pokemon Scarlet. It's multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
Co-op.
So we could play it
together.
We
could play it with my wife.
With Game Chat.
Yes, with Game Chat.
Oh, Game Chat. Can we just, for a minute? Oh, Game Chat. I love Game Chat.
Yes.
I love it.
It might be my favourite thing. Do you know what? Currently,
I was a little bit disappointed the other night. I got all excited. I was playing. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
It was quite late, and then I got this boom, boom, friends online.
Oh, yeah.
And it was you.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, we could game chat. No, it said playing Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a notification, like an invite thing. And I was like, oh, I'll go to Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's not game chatting tonight. and I was genuinely a bit like, I was excited.
Yeah.
Game chat's wicked.
Yes.
And I don't want to get too like over the top because it is just a party system that's been missing from Nintendo consoles for a while now.
Yeah.
That we have in the other ones.
Yeah.
That Discord exists.
I was just about to say, let's just do our usual setup.
Yeah.
Like you'll be playing on Xbox.
Yep.
I'll be on PC.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, now we need to use Discord.
Yeah.
So I've got to update Discord. I've got to sign in. I've got to find the room. And then you're on an Xbox doing it through that.
And I find with PlayStation and Xbox, Discord, it works.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as the native chat system.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to play with you, it was always a bit of
It's
pain
annoying.
And there's other people I play with as well, and they'll be on Discord.
Yeah.
So different. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
It's just long though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like if you're going to do a game session and everyone's up for it, you're like, I'm going to spend 10 minutes faffing around. You know,
can you turn your mic off?
Yeah. And then you got to back out of the game, go and like do that. It's like, oh man, this is so frustrating. All of that is gone with this.
Well, what they've done is a bit like what we're saying about the screen and all the other parts. It's about consistency of experience.
Yes.
And about the device getting out of the way of you being able to do these things.
Yes, and things just working. Yeah.
It may not be the absolute optimum. It's not like I've got this microphone and that camera.
Don't have like a 700 quid like yeah.
But it just works. And it works surprisingly really well.
Far better than I anticipated.
The mic on the top.
Incredible.
I don't know how they've done it.
It's NVIDIA's AI
magic
thing from like 5 years ago.
Magic
that's
stuff.
Just been developed. Yeah. It is magic. Yeah.
I was probably 2-3 meters away from where the switch is docked.
Yep.
I've got a fan on in the room because it was quite warm.
Yeah.
And I've also got the TV noise playing. Speakers.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm talking.
Yeah.
And it's managing to pick my voice out and do all the rest of it, and then you're hearing it as just my voice.
Just your voice. When considering you've got the game going back to the microphone.
Yeah.
My voice coming out of the TV back into the microphone. And yet it can differentiate and pull your voice out and just cleanly send that. Because that was my issue. I was like, is Game Chat going to work without headphones? Because I was really worried, like, hang on.
Yeah.
Because if I'm playing handheld, I'm so close to it and the speakers are all feeding back.
Here's an interesting one. It's like sometimes I could hear myself back from yours because it was coming out of your wife's switch as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it definitely detects what the output sound is and it uses that to train.
Yes.
But when it was also coming from another source at the same time, it couldn't differentiate that. So that was interesting. So it obviously works off its internal outputs.
Own thing, yeah. But I mean, 95%, it's really
perfect.
Like,
it's perfect.
I was really surprised by how, and what I do like as well, if you do plug headphones in, automatically gives you mic feedback monitor.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to do anything. I haven't looked to see how you turn that off if you didn't want it. But basically, if you put headphones on and you start speaking, you'll hear your own voice back in your own headphones.
Yeah.
But that's only on when headphones are plugged in.
Yeah, it's clever, that
is. It is clever, yeah. Because I tested it at first with headphones. I thought, this is going to suck on the TV because I'm just going to be hearing myself delayed, like coming back. And then when I did it on the TV or handheld, it didn't happen. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And it's just so nice. Like,
it just works.
It just works. And the options, okay, they need some extra options for the camera, but we can always touch on that in a minute. But just for game chat, I really like the fact that it shows you, even in full screen mode, who's talking in the corner.
Yep.
You can change which corner that's there or hide it. Yeah. The fact that you've got then the multiple screen layout thing, so you could be really big with little tiles underneath. Or
I'm with you, though. I wish you could have video on, but still full screen gaming.
Yes, I wish you could do that, yeah.
So, like in Mario Kart, for those of you who don't know, didn't see our videos about it.
Yeah.
Your like avatar above your character will be your live video feed. So it's just your face, which is really good fun.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
But it only works when you're in the windowed game chat mode.
Yeah.
When you turn that off, your camera switches off.
Yeah, it's a privacy thing so that you don't take your pants off and people are watching you.
I get it. But like, I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
Like,
well, why are you not taking your pants off at the same time?
I always take my pants off when I'm playing.
You do that before.
I just don't want to see it back.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. That's kind of annoying. And the other annoyance is the fact that you've got 2 camera modes, so you could just show the entire room.
Yeah.
Or you could do the AI removal, which is kind of janky, but it's fine. Or you can do little circle head.
Little circle head's cool.
But you don't. It forces the AI removal.
Yeah.
Why?
I just want the background.
I just want my background there so it doesn't look all weird. Like, just give me a circle.
It definitely degrades the quality when you've got the background removed.
Yeah, it's awful. But, like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. But I just mean, give me the circle, but then have the option. Do you want to remove the background or not?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm in a circle, just... Why are you removing the background? Because now I've got a circle around my head.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I would just use the previous one, which is just remove background.
Yeah.
If I've got the circle, show the whole image so it's more stable.
Totally.
Like, and there's no option. So that's an annoyance of mine. But other than that, I really love Game Chat.
I love Game Chat. Yeah.
Like, by
so
far.
happy it's there.
Is fun. Yeah. The one thing you can't do, though, like on everything else, is...
send invites? As in, like, game invites?
No, you can, can't you?
You can send chat invites.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You've got to be in a chat first before you start a game or whatever. I don't see an issue with that.
I know.
I think you can't appear as offline or busy or any of that.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
You can't do any of that because obviously sometimes if I'm testing something for a video, I'm not playing it.
Or like you don't want to, like, not everyone wants to hang out every evening and like
yeah.
Like that's normal.
Yeah, or you don't want your friends seeing you playing Hentai Space Channel 5. You know, so
Hentai Medieval Farmer 6.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because it says
my
like
favorite.
AJ's playing this game.
Does it?
Or whatever. Yeah,
God. Oh no, it does, 'cause it did it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mario Kart World.
Yeah, that's the game I was playing. Yeah. But yeah. But you know, so sometimes you want to turn that off, but you can't. So like I've had it where I'm filming a video and then it shows I'm online and people are sending me like invites. I'm like, go away. Like, I don't want this on the screen right now. Like, you know, I'm not here. I'm not actually playing something. So, you know.
The other thing I'd like to see
kind of
implementing is sending messages.
Yes.
Like send a message.
Okay, yeah. Voice message would be good.
Voice message would make loads
like a
of
voicemail. Like, oi, why are you not online?
I can totally imagine Nintendo doing that though now.
Yeah.
But like a little thing.
Yeah, you have 485 unread messages.
Gonna come play Mario Kart?
Oh, you're not online yet. Are you going to come online?
Why are you always offline?
Yeah. Are you appearing offline even though it's not there?
I know you're there.
Yeah.
I can see you.
You are online.
Takes a dark turn. I'm in your garden.
That's it.
Oh, no.
Look outside. I know what you did last summer. But yeah, so...
I'm having a blast, though.
I am
It's
too,
the bottom line.
Yeah.
I'm playing way more handheld than I realised I would.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
You lose hours handheld.
Yeah.
It's just the battery. Well, here's the thing I did. This is so mad. This is so me. Right?
Yeah.
I can't even think what game it was. Maybe it was Civ.
Right.
I got really into a round of Civ, really trying to destroy someone. They kept beating me.
Like
it was really
it,
annoying me. And I was playing, that was it. I was playing tabletop mode. Then I picked it up because I got annoyed with mouse mode. I thought I'll play handheld.
Yep.
So I just literally sat next to my dock.
Yes.
So I could have had it on the TV, but I was just sat there playing handheld. I was really enjoying it. And then I got the battery notification.
Yeah.
A couple of hours later, I was like, oh, is that long? Oh, do you know what? The power adapter arrived. So rather than putting it in the dock and playing it on the TV,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going to stand in the kitchen and I'll plug it in. My idea was I'm just going to plug it in at first at the kitchen and I'm going to make a drink.
Yes. And they didn't.
So I put the kettle on, make a cup of tea or whatever. Yeah. And then as that's boiling, I'm like, oh, pick it up and just carry on playing. So it's like, I must have been stood playing handheld next to a drink that I didn't drink. It just went cold.
Amazing.
For like another 2 hours. Just stood there like
just stood in the kitchen.
Yeah, just stood.
Yeah.
Leant up, getting uncomfortable.
That's amazing.
So stupid.
So
I'm playing way more than I wanted.
Yeah. I'm loving handheld. And this is the thing as well, actually. My wife always wants to play docked. Like, she doesn't care. She's got an Asus ROG Ally. It is docked only. Like, she does not play a handheld, even though it's a handheld, right? And she had a Switch Lite, so she was forced to play handheld prior. she kind of didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like she would play like stuff to death, but she wasn't really overly fast. And I thought, man, it's going to be big for her. She's got tiny, tiny, tiny baby hands. Like, I'm not joking. She has to have like custom made rings and stuff. She's got baby hands. And I was thinking, this is going to be too big. She's not. She's played it docked once yesterday.
Wow.
Like, so in like a week and a bit, whatever.
That's surprising.
She's been just nailing handheld. She like completed Mario Kart World, like all the stuff in like a day, just sat there handheld. Like, and she's got the extra charger for her and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's just been nailing handheld. And I asked her, I was like, why don't you just put it on the TV? Because I'm not using it. I'm playing handheld.
Yeah.
Or on my PC monitor. And she's like, I don't really care. Like, the screen's great. I was like,
that's fantastic.
Sweet. And
cool.
Again, with the inclusion of VRR, she'll be having a better time.
And do you know what? What we'll say about Christina, like, she would tell you even if it's something you love, that she's found a flaw in it.
Oh yeah.
She's honest.
Super blunt.
Yeah. It's a really cool feature. It's a really cool like characteristic of her. So like with the screen in particular, I'm going to get at. If it was like
subpar or whatever,
oh, I missed the OLED. She would tell you.
She would tell you,
even if you're like, I think it's the best thing ever. She's like,
yeah,
it's not OLED. I disagree.
Yeah. She would absolutely say it, no matter what you thought.
So it's like a really good kind of testament to how good quality it is. And honestly, if you've not seen it yet, it's one of those you've got to actually see it.
Yes,
much like the Pro controller.
Yes.
We're going to, obviously, there's more videos and stuff
on
it.
And
we talked a lot about it in preview. And I've been reflecting upon why there was such a backlash against our coverage of it, and us saying it's definitely worth the money because it's
it totally
the best feeling controller I've ever had.
Absolutely. It's a brilliant controller. I'm so glad
because
I bought
the Pro Controller 1 is so bad.
Yeah.
By comparison.
Yeah. It's a fine controller, the first Pro controller, but I was testing out games on the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, and I had my Switch Pro controller on 1 and the Switch 2 Pro controller on the Switch 2. And it is night and day. It
makes the Switch 1 Pro controller feel like a Mad Catz.
It does. It makes it feel like a third-party ripoff. It really does. It is creaky. It's loud.
Yeah.
It's all like mushy. Feeling. Like, it's horrible.
Plastic's cheap.
It's really not very nice in comparison. Like, this new one is better than twice as good.
Oh, yeah.
It is a long shot.
It's the best feeling controller I've ever held.
Yeah.
No comparison.
It's lovely. Like, what they've done to that controller is brilliant.
I was even like, I was trying to like A/B it in my head with the Xbox Elite controller, which is a really nice controller.
Lovely controller.
Really nice feeling controller.
Yeah.
It's like that feels cheap.
Yes.
Like feels cheap by comparison.
Yes.
And it's what's it, like 50% more expensive?
Oh yeah, it's double the price.
120 or something,
something
like Xbox Elite.
Yeah, they're expensive. I think if you buy the entire thing, it's like 150 plus.
Jeez.
It's nuts.
Yeah. So there you go. It's Pro controller, much like the screen, you have to see it. Pro controller, you have to feel it.
Yes.
And then it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there is one thing I want to talk about, and that's GameShare.
GameShare doesn't work. Although, after your video, I saw loads of people saying, this is interesting because I've had a really good experience with it.
Yeah, and it's fine online. Locally, it's not.
I saw, who was it who did a video about it? Whether it was Bob Wolf did a short maybe, or if it was Spawnwave. And it was one of the channels we follow, did a video on GameShare, and they're like having a horrible experience. And then they tried the next day, had a great experience. Exactly the same setup.
Yeah, really.
Which to me is game streaming.
Yes.
Every time we've touched streaming games from like back in the early days to like PlayStation Now to like the absolute things. Like, anytime we've touched streaming of any kind, PlayStation Portal when it came out, it's so hit and miss. Like one day it will be amazing and you'll go, this might be the future of gaming,
Yeah.
Why even bother downloading stuff? Just stream. And then literally the next day, same setup, it'll be awful.
See, in my situation, I've generally found it to be really good.
Yeah.
Because it just ultimately comes down to your router and your internet connection and whoever's receiving it equally. And I found streaming fine. Like, that's fine. And the online side of GameShare has been fine. When we were playing more chill games like Mario. We did Mario Odyssey, we did 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Those were fine because in my mind they're not like overly fast games. It was okay. The resolution takes a hit, frame rate definitely drops, but they were playable.
Yeah, I could have fun in that game.
Yeah, playable. I don't like the horrible cropping.
No,
we've got a whole video about this, by the way. Everyone listening,
cropping.
I don't understand that. Like you can't turn it off. It's frustrating.
It's so annoying.
Some games are kind of awkward as to find out how to load it.
Yeah,
like 3D World. You have to load in a single player.
Yeah,
and then you get a grayed out like transparent icon in the corner saying like online.
Yeah,
and then you have to click that, and then it shows GameShare. It's like what's this about? Like, just put it at the start screen, but whatever. So that was fine. It was okay. We could not get Fast Fusion to load.
Just wouldn't load.
Just kept booting us off. So that was annoying. That's all fine. I can deal with that because that is online streaming and you're like 100 miles away. Like, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Local area network streaming, LAN streaming, which is the local GameShare, right? Which someone commented saying apparently it was like adapted technology from the Wii U receiver to the console. So it should be good, right? It sucks. It's not good. Like, my wife and I were in the same room, like 2 meters apart.
So you did local share?
Yeah.
Did you try game chat share?
Yeah.
Internet sharing, but on the same network?
Yeah, it's no different than what we did. It's no different than what we did.
So it's just
fine. It's the local communication.
Receiver, yeah.
And I probably didn't communicate this great myself on the video I did on it because I was trying to say like our router and everything is great. So that shouldn't be affecting it. But it shouldn't affect it anyway because it's not even using wireless communication
it's point to point.
like that. Yeah. So it's unplayable. And Digital Foundry said the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure John Linneman was doing a Fast Fusion video and he showed GameShare on that and basically came to the same conclusion that it sucks.
Yeah.
You know? And it's the same.
It's gutting that it doesn't work. Did you get it to work over Fast Fusion to work over
locally? We got it to work. When I tried to do it online again, it wasn't having it.
Okay, so it wasn't just a me and you problem.
But I had got it to work prior.
Oh, okay.
So it worked beforehand.
And that's my experience of streaming full stop.
Yeah.
Just the inconsistency of it.
Yeah.
And no logical explanation as to why it's not working, why it's not loading, or why I'm getting huge frame drops. Or
Yeah.
Just no explanation.
It's just frustrating for me because I saw it as a way to save money. For
especially the local share thing.
The local share thing, cool. I thought it was going to be great. Like, I would prefer it if it just made the other person download the game for free on the eShop.
Which is a bit like the system they had with, was it the DS, 3DS? They had that system?
And no, that was the same kind of local share. It was just
There's no one where you could temporarily download the game, like in a game share system? Nintendo had? I
might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure on the DS it just streamed it, like, locally.
I thought it was a different system.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It might have been. But when you look at stuff like A Way Out and Split Fiction and stuff like that, if you're playing it on one console, you download it on the other one, but you can't play it unless you get a friend invite. That's what it should be.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the streaming thing sucks. Like, I genuinely thought my wife and I could play like full co-op games, not with this quality. No way. We're just going to have to buy 2 games again, which is really frustrating because I thought this will be great. We'll save like money, buy more other games.
The flip side is they may make it better.
Maybe. I just doubt it because it's streaming. The ultimate way of playing it is just going to be playing it the old school way.
Yeah. I don't think and that's the kind of conclusion I came to with streaming. I don't think fundamentally you can fix it.
It works with online. I'd say online's fine if you want to play with a friend, like over distance. Like, we could play a game, and it's cool.
If the game isn't fast paced, and you're not worried about like fidelity, you'll have a great time.
Yeah.
You will. It'll just be cool.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't even think you could get away with Mario Kart. I think it's too quick.
It's too quick. Yeah, it might be okay. I don't know, but it's a cherry like on the top, isn't it? That feature for me was like the thing that was like an added bonus, and unfortunately I'm a bit let down by it, but overall, the overall experience with the Switch, despite the fact that I know we've pulled up a bunch of like things that are annoying.
Well, it's real life, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what it's like. We've spent a week with it. These are the things we've noticed.
They don't disappoint me to the fact that, like, to the point where I'm like, I don't like it. I love it. It's everything I ever wanted.
Yeah, totally.
Literally everything and more. It's got so much stuff.
Fastest selling console in history.
Yeah, 3.5 million in 4 days, wasn't it? Nuts. PlayStation 4 and 5 took like
4 weeks.
Was it 4 weeks?
PlayStation 5 took 4 weeks to sell 3.5 million units. And then it stalled because that was the entire stock supply.
Yeah, I was going to say that was all they had because of the time, yeah.
And everyone who's like, there's been a lot of, obviously, there's a lot of negative naysayers and stuff, mainly PlayStation fans, for some weird reason.
PlayStation fans, I find, are like the most toxic gamers.
Hate Nintendo.
And Xbox and PC.
It's cool, man. I'm a PlayStation fan.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Love it. Love PlayStation.
Yeah. I loved mine so much I sold it.
Yeah, same. But, I loved it. I sold all my PS5 games and bought Switch games with money.
I play PS5 games as they're intended to on a PC. That's how I play them. On the real PS5 Pro. But no, I've got no hate. I was going to say,
all the naysayers are saying, oh, it's obviously not selling very well because there's loads of stock everywhere. Look at and all these pictures are like boxes and stuff. Like, no, that was Nintendo's strategy. And they said this very out loud before launch. The best way to combat scalping, which PlayStation obviously sucked at, is having stock.
Yeah.
So we're just going to make sure there's enough stock. And you remember the figures of like 8 million units available in the first year and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, they're going to make sure there's stock everywhere.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Fastest, it doubled the sales for the Switch 1 in the UK, 160,000 units in the first 4 days.
Yeah,
in the
instead
UK.
of 80,000. Yeah.
It's the best-selling Nintendo console in France as well in the first 4 days. Like UK and France, it's broken records.
Yeah,
it's breaking records everywhere.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna, like what we said, we did a whole podcast about it. It's gonna change again.
Absolutely,
it's gonna change gaming again.
Absolutely. The only thing I know, I keep bringing up things that I'm like, oh, I'm disappointed by this or whatever. The last thing I'm disappointed on is the fact there's not more launch titles.
Yeah, and do you know what? Yeah,
I think Donkey Kong should have been a launch title. Why is that in July? Like,
I think Donkey Kong, Pokemon Z&A should have been here by now.
I don't mind that because it gives people time to actually play Scarlet and Violet because it was unplayable before.
Yeah, fair point. Metroid should have been a launch title.
Yeah, Prime 4,
Considering, okay, I can accept Pokemon because we haven't actually seen anything.
Yes.
But Donkey Kong and Pokemon, we've seen, we've played,
we've
Prime.
Touched. Yeah, Metroid.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen them, we've played them, we've touched them, and they made a big deal about them in the announcement.
Yeah, and in the events.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should have been launch titles.
I agree, yeah.
Prime, we still don't have a date
No
for.
date. No, it'll be this year, apparently.
That concerns me.
Yeah, but they are doing 2 versions, aren't they? They're still making the Switch 1 version.
They are, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm really happy with you can't play everything all at once. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy with what's there. Mario Kart World's amazing. Cyberpunk's amazing. I've got the Sonic Generations.
That's great.
Really good so far. And then all the Switch 1 upgrades. I must admit, I haven't tried Zelda yet. Either of them.
I've not. I've downloaded the upgrades.
Yeah, I've downloaded the upgrades.
Not tried them. I keep looking at it and going, should do that now.
Yes.
But I know that's gonna be.
Oh, that's a no lifer. That
yeah. Like, see you later.
Yeah, that's. I need to do the same and just load them up.
I love an RPG, so I'm there for it.
Yeah, I need to play them, but equally, I want to play Cyberpunk because I've never played it, and now I'm like, actually, I'm like an hour or two in, 2 hours.
Yeah. I've done the same thing like 4 or 5 times. It must be 4 times now. Yeah. I've got to the same point every time, and I've got the same feeling every time.
Yeah.
And that feeling is, I don't know if I can be asked.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't know if I can be asked to play this.
I just feel like it would have been good if there was some more Switch 2 titles
actual Switch
launch.
Titles, yeah.
But obviously they're going to come. We're going to see them.
Another thing I'm disappointed with, and another thing, and it's not to do with Nintendo at all. I was nailed on that Microsoft would have done an announcement by now.
I was so gutted by this. I genuinely thought that Sunday thing where we saw the Xbox handheld, which, I thought that showcase would have shown Switch 2 titles.
Yeah, same.
But there was none, which is really, really sad. I think it's the first time we've been wrong.
They called it Xbox OS.
Yes. They did.
They
did.
They keep referring to it as that. I don't know if that's going to be its
name. They
name.
took it from us.
They totally. I mean, we
trademarked it, didn't we?
We are Nintendo shills, Microsoft shills, Asus shills.
Yes.
Anything else?
Not PlayStation. They don't pay us.
I just wish for all the shilling they would actually pay us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, we could keep going on and on.
Well, we're going to.
Well, we are. That's why they're subscribed.
Have you got it yet? Switch 2, that is.
Yes.
And how's your first week with it been? And if not, what are you most excited and looking forward to?
Yes.
So hopefully us pointing out the things that maybe are a little bit negative haven't put you off, because they shouldn't be. They are like minor things, but it's worth pointing them out that we've spent time with it now.
Yes.
But all of the stuff, let us know in the comments down below. And whilst you're down there, make sure you like the video.
Yes.
Subscribe for more Switch 2 and handheld gaming content.
Yes. Become a member, because we're not paid shills by anybody.
No.
So help us continue creating these amazing videos that you know and love.
Wow.
Yes. So become a member and you can talk to us on our private Discord as well.
Yeah. All right. So until next time.
Have a nice day.
Yes!